My daughter's teacher called me at work and said, "Your daughter threw a rock at a classmate's head. Come here right now." I felt sick driving over, but the second I walked into the principal's office, my daughter Kayla ran up to me crying and said, "Daddy, I didn't throw the rock. I was at the art club, I swear." Her teacher, Mrs. Lane, instantly shook her head and told me girls Kayla's age are good at manipulating their parents and that they have footage of Kayla throwing the rock. I replied, "Let me see the footage," but Mrs. Lane suddenly stammered and said she couldn't pull it up right now. I looked back at my daughter, who'd never lied to me in her life, and told them I believed her. Mrs. Lane's face tightened, and she suspended Kayla anyway and put Kayla on expulsion review. That night at home, Kayla barely touched her dinner, and while crying showed me her phone filled with texts from classmates calling her psycho, and group chats with her photo edited with the word monster written across her face. I was furious and walked into school next morning and asked the school counselor for the art club sign-in sheet from yesterday. I looked through it and saw Kayla had signed in during the time of the rock incident. She couldn't have thrown the rock. The counselor said she'd look into it, but on my way out, Mrs. Lane ran up to me and pulled me aside. She said, "Kayla is a hormonal teenager trying to avoid consequences. Are you seriously going to believe her?" I replied, "I'm going to believe my daughter before I believe a stranger," and walked out. 2 days later, a meeting was set up, and I walked in with Kayla. The kid who got hit, Ben, was sitting with a bandage around his forehead, just out of the hospital. Mrs. Lane immediately pointed at Kayla and said, "She threw the rock," but Ben looked around and said, "Kayla never threw anything." "Mrs. Lane, you know who did. Why are you lying?" Mrs. Lane went pale instantly, and that's when the footage was actually pulled up. The kid who threw the rock was Mrs. Lane's nephew. When she found out, she tried to pin it on the quietest girl in class, thinking nobody would believe her. That girl was my daughter. Mrs. Lane was fired, and on her way out, Kayla gave Mrs. Lane a drawing of a rock being thrown at her.